And I saw Hoy getting up this morning, like, super early. Like, I rolled over, I saw him getting up. But I was like, bitch, you're tired. You're going to go back to sleep. And Susan, that earth angel, she's just such an earth angel. Bless her heart. She was like, hey, guys, I think things are starting. And it's me and Mark sitting there looking at each other like, what the fuck? Because the whole tent is empty. And I'm just like, that's a good sign, but not a good sign. Because always when people are seen sleeping in camp, that means they feel safe. And I don't feel safe.
Well, there is currently a lot of discussion around camp. We woke up and everyone was ready to play, which was kind of expected, given the craziness of last night.
We're just talking about what happened last night.
Oh, last night? That was like a double whammy.
That put us all like in hyperdrive. Yeah. Everyone's like 5, 7, 2, 3, 1, 7, split. What's going on?
Yeah, actually, to be honest, like when I saw Shantell's name out there, I was like, okay, so they didn't pick me.
That's kind of how I felt when I saw Katie's. Yeah. And I like felt bad because I love Katie, and then I was like,
I saw you being really nervous, and I remember being like, what the hell is she nervous
because
about?
Someone told me my name before it started.
Yeah, I thought you were just trying to dig information.
I was
literally voting for me. I'm like, shut up, I know you have an idol.
Mark and I are obviously close, but we've been hesitant to share all of our side's information, which resulted in last night's mega blow up tribal council, because we essentially played the same move. And both of us didn't know that we were doing that.
Did you know about that clue?
What's that?
That Louis has.
Anyway.
That means yes.
You didn't know about the clue I had?
No, I didn't.
I was like, I didn't tell nobody about that.
I was about to say that.
That was all.
What's funny was it was the same move happening at the same time without the other side knowing that the other move was happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is.
We're going into tribal last night thinking that Pete was going to go home, and I even voted for Pete, who is my partner in this game, because Pete didn't come to me and say anything about him having an idol. So that told me right then he's playing the game to beat me. So, because I would have shared that with Pete. There's no question about that. I would say, hey, I've got an idol, I'm covered, I'm good.
I think always working real hard. So,
if you can get Eddie, I think I'm going to get amazing. And I'm pretty sure I can get Susan too, but you've had some time though too.
Yeah, and we've got Mark and Louis. So that's the 4th couple. Maybe it could.
I'd much rather see a blood versus water game than water.
I'm still trying my hardest, but it'd be great to have that idol thing. I'll just look randomly. Oh, there's a hole right there. I would, if I found it, I would scream so loud that it would probably wake the world. I get very excited and scream a lot, but you never know, right?
Hoy blowing up last night, like, I feel like that puts a target more on his back. But that also is something good where it's like people may or may not vote for him at the end. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't have to here's my only thing with my only pitch is that me and Gary are free agents. Once you vote me and Gary out, what you got left, you got 4 pairs and Sarah. And then I got mad into that. I was like, Sarah, I think has played the best, and then I really think she has. She's put herself in such a great position. It's like 4 pairs and Sarah, they're not gonna vote Sarah.
And she still has an advantage, which we still don't know what that is.
Yeah. So I'm kind of conflicted right now whether to continue to kind of pitch that to people. I think Sarah's played the best game, and I go to the jury, and
But don't oversell it, because if you oversell yourself, then people are still going to target you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think this is the best time to play hard, but lay low.
Okay.
Like, I'm the one that should be playing hard, because honestly, people are talking to me, but people aren't talking to me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like our roles need to reverse in that case if we're going to continue to make it fun.
Okay.
It's all over Sarah.
Everybody.
Okay, good.
If we keep the couple alliance, somewhere along the line, if Pete gets to the final 3, he's won the game.
So what do you want to do?
Well, I'm not getting rid of this vote. Okay. Because Sarah's got to go.
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
playing the best
I've
game.
written her name like 3 times already. I'm fine with this.
Keep that under wraps, except for Hoy, Gary, and Louie. I haven't talked to Louie about it yet. I'm hoping Hoy does.
That's his only play.
Sarah, she's playing all angles. I mean, she is playing, and she's playing a really good game. But because she won that challenge last night to keep her around, or she would have gone home.
I think I'm still with Hoy.
Okay. He didn't go home last time, so maybe this time. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah. Okay, I'm down for that.
If he gets it.
I'm not sure. Like, who else is... I just don't want to be targeted. I really hope not.
Not fun. I haven't heard your name today.
Okay. I really hope, because, like, that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't want to be on the outs. Like, obviously, like, I'm willing to roll. However, I'm a free agent. So it's like, use my number as best as you can, because I'm willing to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I have no partner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm kind of just like, whatever you need me to do. And obviously you see, like, I followed through yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We all 3 of us did.
Yeah.
I'd say to get Peterson after. If White wins.
That's fine. I can do that.
I received an advantage 2 tribals before the merge. And it was that I could block a vote on the opposing tribals losing council. But it said that it was void once we got to the merge, so I didn't use it. I don't know if everybody knows. I did reveal to other people that it was just a block vote, but I still have the piece of paper, which could be useful.
Emily, Susie, Sarah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm fine with this. I'm totally okay with it. They said that you guys want to vote out for it. I'm okay with this. Like, we voted him out for. I understand that he's next. Like, I don't want to.
Like dead weight at this time.
I don't want to jeopardize my game protecting him. Yeah. I'm sorry if that sounds really callous, but it's kind of how I felt with Josh earlier on, because he was getting pushed under the bus, and I was like, okay, well, I'm sorry. Like,
I know, because like we mentioned Hoy in the group over there. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, but they won't let it be for a big bang, whatever it is.
She's too much of a swing.
And she's scared of the challenges. She's so sneaky.
Yeah, she's surprised me with her challenge work.
But we got to tell Hoy that Sarah's Hoy.
Yeah.
If I had things my way, Yanessa would be going home next. I don't think that's gonna happen.
you think Sam's gonna vote for you?
We've got Louie.
No, Louie is not. Louie's voting for Hoy.
Louie is waiting for me.
Louie is with Mark. Louie's with Mark, yeah. I said me, Eddie, Louie, and Mark. We want to play.
Oh, I thought all you guys were still together.
Well, I think that I need to separate myself from. I'll stay with Louie, but I need to separate myself from Hoy, because Louie is in the pair, which is good for me. Like, that makes sense for me. So I need to separate myself from the dying bolt purple and go more towards the yellow. So that makes sense.
I really don't know what's gonna happen moving forward. I'm super scared, and I feel like because I am a single, it's easy to like single me out. But we have to get these pairs separated.
But yeah, I mean, I would love that. So it's solid.
I'm good with that.
I'm loyal to the bone.
Okay.
You never have to worry about that.
I'm good with that. And
I
I'll do
trust
whatever Eddie does. Yeah.
110%.
He told me. I don't know if you knew, but I worked with Sam the whole time. I've never betrayed him in any way, and I was 100% with him. I've never gotten a chance to work with you. And he's always wanted to go like couples to the end.
I'm all about it.
I'm so glad you said that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, be silly enough to me. Because I work with Eddie all the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
Eddie's my
I'm
number one, obviously.
so close to Eddie. He's actually my number one, too.
Oh, yeah?
Well, Pete's a power player. I mean, he's got the social game. He's the best social player here. But at some point, I'm thinking if I'm going to get to the final 3, it's not going to be with the couples. And there's 4 couples left, and I say couples, you know, there's guys, and but 4 partners, and there's 3 singles. But Hoy, Gary, Anissa, Louie, and myself have all had an alliance from day one. So we're kind of toying with that idea.
There's for sure overlap in alliances, and I think the core overlap is myself, Mark, Inessa, and Eddie, because we have an all couples thing going on. So all the couples that are left are like 8 strong. We can do this, which is like, okay, that makes sense. That's a good option. The plan there is to throw the votes on Sarah. That's the common target.
The 6 of us are voting for Pete. Okay, we have to make sure that he doesn't win immunity. They're all comparing notes.
Okay.
I don't know if they're gonna, like,
I heard them.
What?
That's so crazy.
Yeah, but it's possible. But anyway, so the 6 of us, so the whole pitch to them and to Mark, which is true, completely true, is that the 2 people, the all pairs are trying to line up, but then like Sarah is working with Emily and Susan, and they're gonna pull in Sam and Pete later on, and they're gonna target these guys because they're the strongest.
Oh, 100%.
Which is actually like totally factual. So here, like the point is that we need you guys because otherwise the pairs are going to line up against these pairs.
Yeah.
So
that's more or less what we just said in there.
Yeah.
To me, Sarah's going the best.
Sarah's
100%.
Yeah, but it says who has the most alliances. I wrote Sarah.
Yeah.
But the issue is that she's playing the best game right now. But at the same time, I think Pete just he's playing a better game. Like he knows what he's doing. I don't think she knows too much what she's doing.
She's just like an intent. She's a smart person.
This is his 4th game.
Yeah.
So he's made it far in games. So
Look, I'll write Pete out, but you guys need to convince Mark. He's like back and forth. I think he's locked down, but like
I think he'll do it if he knows that
he's
it's a
nervous.
safe number.
But he's nervous about it. He's like, well, why don't we just like do somebody safe now?
Well, who's just safe, bro?
I know that's the thing.
That's like
Some
Mark
people are
wants to
saying
play it safe, and it's like this is not the time to play it safe. Like this is the time to make the move while we have our numbers. Because
it's just 11.
We played safe and safe and safe until all of a sudden, like it's too late.
Yeah.
And now everything has turned over.
Yeah.
And
As
now
their
we're screwed.
attention's off.
I think everybody in the back of their mind's like, oh, like purple, yellow, but I think it's becoming so blurred now that like we have to start shaking those.
I don't know what color I am.
We have to because there's no way we're gonna get to the end with
Okay,
just purple and
the
yellow.
problem is that there's
2
5
minutes.
of us here, and the only person you need is Mark. That's the problem. Otherwise, it's going to be 6 versus 5 the other damn way.
Yeah.
So let's focus our efforts
Yeah,
that
so-
way.
Well, we can do that. We'll get Mark.
Oh, yeah.
I will take back the immunity necklaces. This time, only one immunity necklace is up for grabs. So we're going to be playing a Survivor Classic Challenge Touchy Subjects. So earlier, you guys answered questions about each other. For example, like who is the smelliest? Who is the least trustworthy? So now you're going to put all those answers that you put down to the test.
Your feelings going to get hurt in this. That's the point of this. The whole point of this is to point fingers and get people to start thinking about, wait a minute, if that's the way they truly feel about me, I'm going to go somewhere else.
You're going to answer who you think got the most votes per question. If you get it right, you are going to be able to eliminate someone's life from the game. All of you will be given 3 lives. What you're going to do is, if you get it right, you're going to take someone's paper and you're going to throw it in the fire. Once all 3 of their lives are out, they are eliminated from the challenge. The last person left standing is going to win immunity. All right, let's start with the first question. Who wouldn't do well on the real show? Everyone reveal. The correct answer was Susan.
I got it! I know that! I'm so
I need to
happy!
see your answer. Sit down if you didn't get it right. So we're gonna start with you, Anessa. Whose life are you gonna take?
Are you always going to start with me?
It's gonna go back and forth.
Okay.
Take anybody's life, take it and throw it in the fire. Anessa takes one of Emily's life. Sam, who are you gonna take? Sam takes one of Sarah's lives. Susan, who are you going to take?
It's a compliment because it's your threat, so it's a good thing.
Well, it's because I took your daughters.
Susan takes one of Anessa's. It's not Emily's.
That's why I took your daughters, because I knew that you guys were playing. Yeah, I get it.
Pete, you're up next. Pete takes one of Sarah's. Sarah's down to her last life. Emily. Emily takes one of Anessa's. Anessa's down to her last life.
In hindsight, that was a really bad move.
All right, Hoy. Who are you gonna take? Hoy takes out Sarah's last life. Sarah, you're out of this challenge. Eddie, whose life are you gonna take? Eddie takes one of Hoy's lives out. Mark, who are you going to take out? Mark takes out another one of Hoy's life. Hoy is down to one. Question number 2. Who smells the worst? All right, everybody reveal. Everybody says Sam except for Sam. So everyone and Susan. All right, let's start with Louis.
Okay.
Who are you gonna go? We just gotta be fair.
Oh, that's okay. There you go.
Louis takes out one of Susan's lives. All right, Mark. Mark takes out Hoy's last life. But Hoy, you get to make one move. Who would you like to take? Hoy takes one of Pete's lives. Eddie, who are you going to take? Eddie takes one of Sam's lives. Gary, who are you going to take out? Gary takes out another life from Pete. Pete is down to his last one. Emily, who are you going to take out? Anessa's last life is now gone. Pete, Pete, you're up next.
Without thinking.
Pete, taking out some revenge on Gary. Alright. And Anessa, you have one last move to make.
I have one.
Well, Pete, let's just go.
Alright.
I already called you.
Anessa takes Pete's last life out. Anessa and Pete are both out of this challenge. Next question. Who is the swing vote? Alright, everybody reveal your answers. A lot of mixed answers. The correct answer is Sarah. So Sam, Emily, Louis, Mark, and Eddie get it right. So we're going to start with you, Sam. Who are you going to take out? Sam takes one out of Eddie's. Alright, Eddie, you're up. Payback right away.
2 in a row.
Sam down to his last life. Alright, Emily, who are you going to take out? Sam is now out of this challenge. Mark, who are you going to take out? Mark takes out his own loved one's life in this challenge. Savage. Louis gets revenge.
The way
All right.
this game works.
Next question. Who is most likely to win? Everybody reveal your answers. We have a good mixture, but the correct answer is Pete. So Gary and Susan, you're both wrong again.
Of course.
Everyone else can step up. And we're gonna start with Louie this time. Whose life are you gonna take? Emily is down to 1 life.
Oh, I'm not next.
Mark, you're up next.
Oh, that's okay.
Susan down to 1 life left.
Don't feel bad. That was your name was on my board, but don't feel bad.
Eddie, who are you gonna take out?
Exasperated side.
Eddie takes out Gary's. Gary is down to 1 life. Emily, who are you going to take out? Eddie, Louie, and Mark have 2. Louie down to his last life. So Gary, Susan, Emily, and Louie down to 1 life. Eddie and Mark both have 2 lives left. Next question. Who do you have a crush on? All right, everybody reveal your answers. There's a lot of Marks, Susans, Emily's, but you're all wrong. The correct answer was Eddie.
Thank you.
Susan, I do have a crush. We're being honest.
I reveal that. I wrote Louie for my crush. Don't tell Dad.
Don't tell Dad.
Don't tell Dad. I said that.
Okay. All right, next question. We're gonna take this to a different side. Who is the least likable? All right, everyone reveal your answers. I have Hoy, Anessa, and Sam. The correct answer is Sam. So Louie, you're the only one that got that right. Who are you gonna take out?
I stink and you don't like it.
Louie takes out one of Mark's lives. And so now Eddie has 2, everyone else has 1. Next question, who is the next to go? Who will be the next person voted out of this game? Please reveal your answers. We have 5 Hoys and 1 Sarah. The correct answer was Hoy. So we're gonna start with you, Gary.
I'm sorry, Susan Q.
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's all good.
Susan is out of this challenge. You can step aside. Eddie, you're up. Eddie takes out Gary from this challenge. Gary, you can step aside. Emily, who are you going to take out? Eddie, you can sit down. Mark, who are you going to take out? Eddie is out of this challenge.
That's what you get.
Louie, you're the last one. You get to choose who you're going to compete against for immunity. Mark. All right, so we're down to 2 for immunity. It's Emily versus Louie. One of you guys is going to win individual immunity for the first time. Who would you never talk to or see again after this game? Okay, you guys can reveal your answers. You both said Sam, you were both correct.
Sam, we're gonna talk later.
Next question. Who makes you the most angry? Okay, you guys can reveal. Emily says Hoy, Louie says Sam. The correct answer is Hoy. Emily, you win immunity. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You will be safe at the next tribal council. You will not be going back to camp. You guys have had all night to talk and strategize. You guys are going to move over here. We're going to start tribal council.
Oh my God.
Now bring in the first 2 members of our jury. Sanjaya and Katie voted out at the last tribal council. Sam, you guys had a long night and a pretty long morning, I would say. Would this vote be pretty clear and easy?
As of right now, I think the majority is one person.
Okay. Sarah, do you have any idea who he's saying is the majority person?
I think I have 2 people that he might be thinking about.
Anybody you want to say out loud?
I just hope it's not me.
Okay.
I mean, at this point in the game, I feel like you just have to commit to trusting certain people and move forward with that.
Boy, you called out Sarah last tribal council pretty hard, and you both managed to still be here. Well, she had immunity, but you managed to still survive. Was there any talks between you and Sarah last night, or you guys have just completely isolated each other? Tell me about that relationship.
I have mad respect for Sarah. I'll just throw up with that. I hope none of this is like spirit. But I just think she's put a really good game. I think she's put a really good game. I think she made it past the trouble swap. She could have been there. She somehow kind of positioned herself here to be as the boat show and a swing boat for a lot of different types of alliances.
So you're telling us that she is a threat, basically?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
So Eddie, is there still like ramifications left from that tribal council that are really playing into this tribal council? Are the groups going to stay the same? How do you think things are adjusted now?
So I think there's definitely ramifications from the last tribal council, just because the way the game is played. I mean, we've all been paying attention and watching what people are doing. Of course, the last council was important. So about the groups, I'm not sure. Be coy again, but
So Anessa, I feel like you're a little less coy about things than Eddie is. Do you want to explain that relationship? Because I feel like you're so much more boisterous than he is. Why so?
I think that, I've come to a position where obviously it's kind of in the numbers that were not the majority. And I kind of just have to follow his lead now and just like hope for the best and see what happens.
Is that normal for you to follow his lead, or is it normal for him to follow your lead?
Well, we kind of live two very separate lives because we're such an age difference. But he's got something going on, and I need to be in the numbers.
So let's talk about the pairs, Mark. There's 4 blood versus water pairs still in the game. The 2 members of the jury were 2 people who no longer had their pairs. There's 3 single players left. Is the blood versus water going to play into any future votes?
I think it could. I mean, 8 people is a large block that can stick together and try to make it to the end. But as you can see, me and Louie haven't been meshing well during these tribal councils. So you never know what one of us will pull out.
Okay. All right, before we get to the vote, does anyone have any last words that they'd like to say to the group to possibly sway any votes?
No hard feelings. I understand you guys putting my name down a lot. It's because I know that you guys are cool. It's fine. I get it. Don't think I'm mad at you. Please. We're good.
I just want to say,
Yeah.
I feel like you are such a good player, and so that is where it comes from. Because I think you could win this.
But when you guys are putting the names down for the answers, I don't want you to think that I'm mad. I'm not mad. I totally understand.
Okay, all right.
Because I know you were worried earlier.
Yeah,
I'm totally cool.
Okay.
It's just a game.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so let's get to the vote.
I don't know what's about to happen.
I usually talk a lot more, but I hope this vote's just cut and dry.
So, I don't know if I'm about to be blindsided by people who said they were writing his name down, but hopefully they stick to the plan.
Too dangerous.
That was an interesting tribal. I found out I stink, no one likes me, and I make everyone angry. But I'm eliminating the biggest threat of the game.
It's either gonna be you or Sarah, and that's music to my ears. If I get out, I'll be surprised.
If anyone has the hidden immunity item and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. I will read the votes. First vote, Sarah. Second vote, Pete. 1 vote Sarah, 1 vote Pete. Third vote, Sarah. That's 2 votes Sarah, 1 vote Pete. Fourth vote. Pete. 2 votes Pete, 2 votes Sarah. Fifth vote. Hoy. 2 votes Sarah, 2 votes Pete, 1 vote Hoy. Sixth vote. Hoy. 2 votes Hoy, 2 votes Sarah, 2 votes Pete. Seventh vote. Hoy. That's 3 votes Hoy, 2 votes Sarah, 2 votes Pete. Eighth vote. Pete. That's 3 votes Pete, 3 votes Hoy, 2 votes Sarah. Ninth vote. Pete. That's 4 votes Pete, 3 votes Hoy, 2 votes Sarah. 10th vote, and the third member of our jury is Pete. Pete, you're gonna need to bring me your torch. All right, Pete, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
I had a great time. I can't think of a better group from day one to whatever this moment is. You are just a great bunch of kids. And, you know, for me, I haven't told any of you my age. Some of you may know it, but age is just a number. But I'm really old. And but just for a minute, you let me feel like you. And so that's what I really liked about the game. You let me be a part of you. And you didn't treat me like an old guy. You treated me as an equal. And I've had a blast. And I'll be smiling right there and watching the rest of the game. Play hard, play strong. And I love you.
All right, guys. I know that's a tough one, but we're gonna get on to the next round. So everyone get prepared. Let's head out. Next time on Survivor New York.
Nobody told me, Pete.
Oh, yeah?
I'm fine with that. I'm very comfortable in pairs. Like, I'm not looking to deviate from that.
If anybody wants a word of mouth, immunity, idol, clue, if you drop within those 5 seconds, you will get it.
Just to get to play. Just to get to come and hang out with these young people, and I've said this before, this isn't the first time I've said this, but it is truly from the heart and how I feel, is it's just, you don't understand it. Unless you're my age, I work hard to try to stay in as physical good shape as I can. Sounds corny maybe, but and I do it for other reasons, but I want to be able to do physical as I can in these games. And I had a few people say to me, man, you really surprised me in your challenge. I do not have to wear the crown to win in this game. I came in this game, I've made new friends, and I've won. I'm walking away a winner. I am all smiles. I had a blast. I can't imagine having any more fun. I wouldn't do a thing different. I love the people I play with. Love them.